Okay, so how did the homework go?
Good.
Easy?
Yeah. Totally. Except for Android Studio.
Did you end up taking the wimpy route and convert to decimal?
I commented out some code that would actually work, but yes, I used computer because we did that for an assignment before. So.
Wimpy.
I mean, it would be a lot easier if Java supported binary literals.
Well, no, I mean, because we wanted to actually do the addition, so we see how carry bits and stuff works. It's fun, right?
2 hours doing that.
Doing which? The conversion one?
Yeah, I'm fun.
Oh yeah, that was writing. That was doing it by hand.
And that's what we're gonna have to do on the exam.
Well, how do you know? The exam could be programming. Never know. All right. So as I mentioned before, I leave for India on Thursday, and I fly out of Chicago, so I have to beat traffic. So we actually are not going to meet on Thursday, but I will have a quiz up that is going to be during class time. You can take it wherever you want, but it'll be on Blackboard. And then there will be a I don't know if there's going to be an assignment or not yet. Depends what we get through today. But you will have reading, and then there will be a YouTube lecture that I'll have up for next Tuesday, similar for next Thursday, similar for the following Tuesday, similar for the following Thursday. So I'll put the lecture up, and then I'll probably post on Slack letting you know the lecture is available for you to watch it and do whatever assignment, stuff like that. All right, so I am back on October 11th in the evening. So the next time you will see me in person is October 16th. But you will have lectures between now and then and homework assignments, and I will be available on Slack and stuff like that, although I might be replying at weird times of the day because I'm 10 and a half hours ahead while I'm there. All right, questions about any of that? Go ahead.
Will you put it all up at once?
Well, I put all of what up at once? That's an excellent question. I think I'd like to, but I don't necessarily know if I want to promise that I'm going to do that. It all depends on when I'm able to make them. I think that my plan is to just sit down one night and just do them all. That's the plan. I don't want to promise something I can't deliver on, though. So I will attempt to do that. So I assume that's preferred? Okay. I will attempt to do that. I think that'll make my life easier anyways. And then that allows you to manage your time. But that's the is what it is. Okay. Other questions? All right. Remember, tonight is extra credit opportunity. The Take Back the Night thing is like 6 to 9 p.m. And
so you got an email that's 8, but on online calendar it's 6.
Oh, well, whatever it is, I think that my understanding is when I looked at the session details, there's a portion of it, let's say 2/3 of it is in the auditorium, and then I think they're going outside and doing some march thing or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you only have to stay for the auditorium thing from my perspective. I mean, I encourage you to stay for as much as you want to stay from, but, you know, I want to encourage the education on the topic. And that kind of stuff. So if you just have to email me a picture of yourself there if you want to bail before they go and do the walk in the rain or whatever, that's fine. I don't mind that, but participate at that level you want to participate. Sound good? And then again, October 13th on the morning is a Bible study here. I think it's on Psalms, and it's like $10 entrance fee or something like that from the Concordia Bible Institute. So that's another extra credit opportunity. If you aren't able to afford the $10 but would like to go, let me know and I'll sponsor it. But don't just do it to get a free $10. You can afford it, pay for it. If you can't, I'll sponsor it. Yeah.
So I actually have a question about that because I just saw on like one of the screens like that they have like that shows what's going on. It said that students, faculty, and staff
That's not what I read, but
Yeah, and then it said $10 after that, but like when I went and like looked at the registration, I paid $10. So I was just like confused.
what I was told and what I saw was that it cost $10 for everyone. Everybody's invited, but that might not be a true statement. So I'm not the one organizing it, but that's what I thought I read. But if you want to follow up on that, and it is free, you can get your $10 back, and then let us know on Slack. So nobody else pays $10.
Who's in charge of it? 'Cause I don't know.
Yeah. So, huh? Well, Concordia Bible Institute is the hosting group. I'm trying to think who's in charge of that here on campus. Oh, it is, yeah. So, but it might be one of those things where even if you email him, he wouldn't know the answer because it might have been somebody else organizing it and he's the one giving the talk or something.
Well, I thought Celeste.
He's the one.
He's doing the talk, but the other guy, okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know.
He's the one that. Did he retire?
Who? What about it?
Did he retire? Is that one of the guys that?
No, his
Yeah, there's a family, the older one.
passed away.
Yeah, I remember.
There's two events going on. One is free and one is not.
What's the free one?
The free one sounds like it's specifically designed more towards like younger students, like grades 5 through 8 that's here on campus. 9:30 to 1:45.
That's the servants of
Yeah,
Christ.
servants of Christ.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about is like in the morning and then it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, that's good.
So it is weird how they're advertising it, or is it free?
There's two different things. There's the CBI in-depth presentation.
Okay, and that one's $10.
That one's free for faculty, staff, students, but it also says under it costs $10 per class per person.
It's weird.
But those they have like every week. I heard that that's very much of a free stuff.
And one of them's called Servants of Christ, and the other one's the Psalms, but like both are.
All right, I don't have a great answer. I will try to get you a better answer. I'm going to attempt to get a better answer for you.
Yeah, I mean, I just checked and I did register for the first ones, or the correct one, so that's good. But like, yeah, if the servant one is the one that's free.
All right, I'll try to get some better info on that. We have a little bit of time for that one. Okay, so let's look at this assignment, and we are going to do it the cool kids way. Actually adding the bit with the carries and stuff like that. All right, so when we enter a binary number here, whatever, if we have it stored as a negative, it's going to do the conversion thing. Otherwise, if we say leave it alone, it should just spit that number back out because we don't have to encode it. All right, so we created everything up to, so we have this function called flip the bits that we wrote last time, right? So this guy will flip the bits. Then we were to write this function called add 1. So add 1 is going to take a binary number and add 1 to that binary number. All right, and then we'll return the new binary number. So we're going to need to keep track of a carry bit. So carry bit will start off at 0. We're going to start at the end of our string. So we're going to walk our string backwards. So for int I is equal to bin.length -1. I is greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. All right, each time through, we're going to add 1 to the value that's there. Well, we're going to attempt to add 1 to the far right bit. If there's a 0 in the far right bit, it's easy, right? We're good to go. So we could even ask the question ahead of time if there's a 0, but I think I'm just going to create a new one here. So I'm going to create a padded string up to the same length as bin. So I'm going to create a result string. let's see. Let's call it temp. Start off as the empty string. I'll spin through my original string for int I is equal to 0. I is less than bin dot bin dot length I plus plus. Each time through, we'll say temp plus equals a 0. All right, so we will pad out a whole bunch of zeros. Now I'm actually going to start this as a -1 there. So we're going to have a bunch of zeros, and I'll tack on an extra 1 at the very end because we're going to add these two binary numbers together. So what I'm doing here is, let's say your binary number that's passed in here has 5 bits. I'm going to create a string with 4 zeros in it, and then I'll tack on an ending 1. So temp plus equals 1, like that. So now I'll be doing math across the board. So I'll have a binary number with another binary number that's the exact same length as it, with a bunch of zeros followed by a single 1. And then I'm just going to do binary math with that to get my answer. All right, so each time through, I'm going to add the value that is in my first number at the current position to the value to my next one to the carry bit and have an answer. If that answer is 0 or 1, I'll just add it. If it's greater than that, I'm going to have a carry. Right? All right. So we're going to be building our answer string in reverse. So we'll start this guy off as the empty string. We're going to grab the character that lives at each bucket in our string. This will actually be, we can use an inline if statement if we want to do a fun little thing here for this. You know, since that was something we messed with last time, so I can say something like int n1 is equal to, and what we'll do is we'll say bin.charat I equal the char 0. If so, return 0, otherwise return 1. And 2 is equal to, what I call it, temp dot charat I equal 0. So that'll get the numeric version of that. If I'm looking at the character 0, boil down to the number 0, otherwise the number 1. All right, and we'll say int sum is equal to n1 plus n2 plus carry. First time through carry is 0. All right, so now we're going to ask the question, if sum is greater than 1, then we have too much. We need to set the carry bit, right? So if, because what are the possibilities? What can sum be? What's the most sum can be? So sum could be a 0, it could be a 1, it could be a 2, or it could be a 3. So if it's a 2, what do I have? I have a 0 carry the 1. If it's a 3, I have a 1 carry the 1. Make sense? So I'm going to ask the question here, if sum is, let's say, less than 2, that'll be our easy case. That means we have no carry bit, so carry will be 0. So sum is either 0 or 1. So we'll go ahead and set carry as 0 for the next time around. And then we'll go ahead and we'll say answer is equal to, let's see, I'm building it backwards. Now with this, we're going to keep tacking onto the front. So we're going to say answer is equal to sum concatenated with answer. else, if sum is equal to 2, carry is equal to 1, answer is equal to sum plus, sorry, not sum, is equal to 0 plus answer. Otherwise, sum must be a 3. If that's the case, we'll say carry is equal to 1, and we can squeeze this down into less code if we want to put some stuff in there. This is pretty straightforward. So carry is equal to 1, answer is equal to a 1 concatenated with answer. Keep doing that over and over and over again. We'll ultimately build up our answer. Go ahead.
So carry starts at 0.
Correct.
And well, our 2 binary numbers that we're adding is some random value. And
Yeah, we'll just give ourselves a sample value.
whole zeros followed by a 1.
You have something like 1 0 1 1 0, something like that. Yeah. Oh, the screen went off?